Welcome all good people to the place where we like to talk everything hair. And we talk about everything hair right here. The ultimate goal for most of us here on the channel is to achieve sick looking hair and hairstyles. I'm guessing that's why a lot of you guys tune in. That said, the type of hair that you have and how healthy it is a huge indicator as to how good your final hairstyling results can be. So today I want to focus on tips that all have to do with having a healthier head of hair. Right. Wait a second, guys, there's something that we need your help with. Now, you guys obviously know we've got the BluMaan line of hair products, but every now and again I like showcasing other products from other companies that I also really enjoy. We're currently working on something pretty big. It's gonna tie into our blog, but we need your help with something. In order to be able to make this project kind of the best experience that we can, we have a quick 5-question survey. I've got that link down below. When you're finished watching this, if you've got some time to just fill that out, that would be very helpful. You might even be chosen to be interviewed, and you could win a $50 BluMaan gift card. So with that said, let's get into these tips. Tip 1 is broken down into 2 parts, so these are technically 2 tips, and this has to do with all things heat. In my opinion, heat is the most effective way to manipulate your hair and shape it in a new way, in a new direction that you want your hair to be going. And by heat, I mean blow dryers, straighteners, curling irons. Of course, for us guys, the most common used is the blow dryer. Thing is though, as great as a blow dryer is for, creating awesome hairstyles, they also have the potential to be a little bit drying, which isn't so great. The good news though is that there's a couple things that you guys can do to make sure that your hair is being treated as safely as possible while using this ultimate styling tool right here. First of all, try using a medium heat setting instead of the hottest setting that your blow dryer can output. It might take slightly longer to dry, but in most cases, it's still gonna be warm enough to be able to reshape your hair without being so hot that it's damaging. However, this is mostly for people with more sensitive hair types, maybe more fine hair types. If you've got thicker hair, kind of like what I do, or hair that, can take a lot of beating up, you can still use the hottest heat settings. I personally use the hottest heat settings pretty much most of the time. Secondly, even though there's a little bit of debate in the in the hairstyling community as to should you be using a heat protectant or not, I'd say whenever possible, use a heat protectant before you blow dry your hair. But even taking heat protection out of the equation for a second, using any product before you blow dry your hair, kind of as you would a pre-styler, does help to add a bit of a protective layer between the heat from your blow dryer and your hair follicles. So for those of you guys who do use a pre-styler, you're already helping yourself out in that regard. However, a heat protectant, that just adds that extra layer of, making sure your hair is going to be all right. There is, of course, the original by BluMaan option. This is my go-to pre-styler. You know it already. This is the most convenient option, in my opinion, because you got your pre-styler and you've got your heat protection. Original by BluMaan, it's something I haven't talked about for a while, but heat protection is built into the formula. So it's great for creating the foundation of a hairstyle. It's lightweight, but still has good control. It's got heat protectant. It is a great pre-styling tool out there if you want to check it out. I've got that down below. Tip number 2 has to do with health, and this covers everything from products themselves down to the food and vitamins that you consume. In terms of product, a great item to add to your grooming routine would be some kind of hair oil. And this right here is a little sneak peek on a hair oil that the BluMaan team is working on. What I'm kind of interested in is creating an oil that is a blend of natural oils. So you're getting hit with benefits from left and right from a bunch of different oils, in the same container, just giving you tons of different benefits. So this is our first sample that we got in. It performs pretty well for my hair, but I think the scent itself could use a little bit of an upgrade. Maybe throw some nice smelling essential oils that also benefit the hair. So this is something that we're working on right now. But for now, while that's under development, I've linked a couple hair oils that I've tried and tested in the past that I like. You can find those out in the description down below. So you use a hair oil in damp hair before you blow dry your hair, just like a pre-styler. And essentially, yes, it'll make your hair more softer and more manageable, but it also provides like an all-day conditioner, helping to make your hair more and more healthy throughout the day. But when it comes to food, guys, you are what you eat. So I must be a burrito. The important thing to understand is that your hair is made out of almost entirely protein. Same way it's important to have a balanced, healthy diet to take care of your body and grow your muscles. That same healthy, balanced diet helps to grow and strengthen your hair. This is more of a lifestyle thing because obviously, one healthy meal isn't gonna make that much of a difference, but if you incorporate healthy food and vitamins into your everyday life, you'll be on track for growing thicker, stronger, healthier hair. In terms of beneficial vitamins for your hair, there's actually a lot of them. Vitamins
A, B, C, D,
and E are all great vitamins that help to promote healthy hair, that help to thicken hair, that help to actually make your hair grow. And of course, you can find all of these vitamins in just, you know, the everyday food that you eat. But if you are deficient in anything, you can always find vitamin capsules as well to, you know, make up for that. Also, iron is an important mineral as well, because in addition to a number of problems that you could face if you are iron deficient, one of the effects of iron deficiency can lead to anemia, which is a major cause for hair loss. Not good. Also, omega-3 fatty acids, people, those are good as well. Next up, I want to talk about sweat, which is what's happening to me right now in this hot room. I'm not taking this off. It has my microphone attached to it. So there's some good things and some bad things when it comes to sweat. Sweating actually helps to declog your skin pores and allows new hair follicles that may have been clogged up before to actually start growing. So believe it or not, you know, living an active lifestyle, getting a sweat on, that can actually be good for your hair and promote new hair to grow. However, leaving sweat on your head for an extended amount of time, that's not so good. Sweat is a pretty gross mixture of salt, water, bacteria, and dirt just kind of, you know, all sitting there on the top of your head. And this buildup can actually start to clog your pores once again. So even though sweat did help to declog them, if you leave it long enough, you're just, you know, leaving a bunch of grossness, greasy grossness on your head that's going to start clogging your pores once again. I still don't recommend shampooing your hair every single day, but if you did, you know, some kind of activity that made you sweat a lot, just rinse out your head with water. That's going to get rid of, you know, most of the nasty stuff. And finally, guys, the last healthy tip I want to bring your way has to do with products. I seem to constantly be in a bit of a gray area when it comes to things like sulfates, parabens, or alcohol ingredients. On one hand, I've mentioned in multiple videos by now how, you know, there's a big fear factor around these ingredients and people shouldn't be as scared as some people are. But if you do worry, or if you do suffer from dry or frizzy hair, at the very least, cut out sulfates. And this basically means finding an alternative shampoo and conditioner, a shampoo and conditioner that is sulfate free. Sulfates can actually act as harsh detergents that do affect certain hair types. So if you are on the more fragile side with your hair, cutting out sulfates altogether, that could be a good idea. Those are my 5 tips. I hope that you've learned something today. If you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up button. If you're new to the channel, click that subscribe button, and I'll be seeing everybody next time.